Words are hard. What was I gonna say? Don't forget to disco your, let me actually kill this heater. It's getting actually toasty in here. All right, a little more quiet. Now I'll get demonetized because of the music. So this is going well. Do 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 do. Anywho, heater box. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, 1966, I was going to say squareback, but it is not. It is a 1966 Volkswagen Fastback. Boy, I have some stories with it that I've been told by the owner. Also, the owner has a very smashing mustache. Very manly. Anywho's, this thing is going to be a true revival. First time I'm really looking at it along with you guys. Again, I'm just going to bring you in, show you what I got going on. But it's been off the road since '77. Yeah. Oh, what, almost 50 years, give or take? Been a bit. Whole thing, typical, words are hard. Typical revival. Run, drive, stop. Make it mechanically safe and reliable. A few things I know about it. It has had the brakes done. I don't know when, but the brakes have been done on this car. The carburetors, because it's twin carb, also have been done in this car. With that said, we have a locked up engine. So I'm going to try to unstick it and see what happens. If not, it's going to get dramatically fun because we're pulling this engine and going to do a top end rebuild on it. But we'll, you know, cross that river way when we wade through the storm that's about to happen. So we'll try to unlock it. Let me bring it in the back and yeah, we're just going to start on the engine. Going to knock it into gear and well, do the old shifty shaky. I think they put a starter on this too. Also, it is still a 6-volt car, and he's going to keep it a 6-volt car, which I do appreciate. But a couple things I've already noticed on it, and I'll bring you in. But join me in the back. All right, guys, real quick. Engine, she complete. One thing I did notice, because I always like to know what I'm pretty much working on, especially if, say, the owner doesn't have full history of the vehicle, see what's actually in here, knowing that I might be going into doing a top-end rebuild, so pistons, jugs, so on and so forth. Kind of want to know what engine's in here. This, like I said, the car's a 66. It's a, I don't know if you'll be able to see in there, it's a T0 block. Oh, I was a dumb. Anywho, it's a T0 block, which, according to the interwebs, T0 should be, I don't know if you can even see it, T0 should be a twin port 66 through 73. Yours correct. Problem being, that's a single port. That's single port heads. So is this a 65 holdover, which would have been single port, you know, 65 holdover with a 66 block and 65 heads, or has the long block been replaced with a 66 long block? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's 1600 instead of a, per that code, it's a 1600 instead of a 1500. Tomato? I don't know. But we got dual carbs. The engine, like I said, is locked. It's in gear right now. The pulley, oop, it's not in gear. That could have been really bad. This is one of the most solid cars I've felt in a while. First gear, and it smells delightful. Like a rotting library. All right. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. Hold on, let me flip my screen around so I can sort of see what I'm pointing at. I've already tried this, but you might be able to see the the pulley. It is trying to move. Concerning part I have is there are no spark plugs in this engine. So I'm hoping it's a seized ring. With that said, first thing I'm going to do is, like I said, try to unlock it and seeing how I can see somewhat of a flex in the generator pulley. That's telling me that the crank is free, or theoretically it's free enough. So what I'm going to end up doing is seeing how spark plugs are out. Take my phone out. We're going to use my favorite mystery sauce, fill up the cylinders, and hopefully join me tomorrow with a unlocked engine. Just because the car came in today, I'm trying, like I said, I'm going to try to get the engine working, because if it's just a ring ridge, might be fine. Also, I'll save the owner a bit of money versus immediately committing to pulling the engine and doing a top end. Not opposed to any of them, but you know, like I said, I always try to give the best bang for buck to, if you come here. Try to treat you like a friend, and not a friend I don't like. But anyhow, I'm going to fill these cylinders up, let them marinate overnight. Hopefully, it's, like I said, you can see, I don't know how well it picked up in the camera. That alternate or generator pulley is slightly rocking, so that means the crank is moving. That's the only way that that pulley would move. If it was a deadlock, that thing would not move at all. But seeing a little bit of as slight as it is, gives me some hope that hopefully the mystery sauce will break her down and get her working. Also, I think what happened is smelling the oil, well, if we call it oil, very lacquery. I'm thinking it was trying to get started, or a fuel or a bowl stuck, something like that, flooded the crankcase and basically washed the rings. So there is also a good chance that if it was running with washed rings, the engine shot anyway. But we won't know until we get this thing fired up. But first thing we're gonna do is soak the cylinders down, see what happens. I'm also, maybe I'll bring you along, but I'll probably put it on the lift tomorrow after we have a little bit of a soak. Make sure that all the valves are free. And it's not, we have a stuck valve that's actually holding the cam from rotating. Revivals, always fun. Join me hopefully tomorrow with an unstuck engine or more diagnostic, because I'll throw it on the lift. Also, if I do anything else, I'll bring you in. But right now I just want to soak down the cylinders and let hopefully mystery magic work. It's mystery magic. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, join me for my next ramble. All right, guys, it is the next day. I'll save you the trouble or the bore. I did try to rock the engine. It is still stuck. I did talk to the owner. We're just going to do basically a top end rebuild, so pistons and cylinders on this car. All right, now with that said, what I'm going to do, and I think I said it yesterday, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to pop the rocker covers and see what we have going on in here. Because, well, they're going to have to come off anyway to get in here. But I want to make sure that ooh, I don't like what I see. It's very not good looking in there. There's a bunch of rust, meaning moisture's got in here. And, you know, moisture in an engine, not really ideal. This side looks better. If you can hear that, the valves are at least valving, or the rockers are rockering. But yeah, we got a bunch of rust up in this one. So, are we free is the question. I don't have one that's free. All right. All right, all right. So let's do the right thing and take off this rocker shaft. Let's pull this. We might hopefully have a stuck rockers. Yeah, talked to the owner yesterday. He was already basically in his mind hole, his brain powers, deducing he would be doing a top end rebuild. So, like I said, pistons and cylinders. That said, I promptly started out my conversation with, "Are you sitting down?" Unbeknownst or behest to me, he was indeed already ready for my sticker shock. Because, well, I told him beforehand what he'd be at. All right, these actually slid out quite easily. Are these stuck? No? Yes. All right, that one's moving now, that one's moving now. That one is not moving. Shit, hopefully it was a stuck rockers. Hammer and a thing, another flashlight. One thing I want to do is I want to lube the hell out of everything in this box. Yeah, somehow there was a lot of moisture that got into here. Very weird. I'm going to give it the old plink test, pink test, whatever. I'm going to smack all the rocker shafts with a hammer, or valves, excuse me, with a hammer. See if they're free. 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 Definitely free. All right. They're all free. You can hear the sound, I guess, on what's going on, but they're all free. Now let's drop this pig. Bad thing it's on the rock. Oh, you can't. Can you see me? Hello. Bad thing it's on the lift now, and I can't just easily push it. These tires seriously say Sears on them? Daytona Grande. Daytona Thoroughbred. We see Sears on the front. What the hell is the date code? Did they make date codes back then? DOT. Is that the date code? Huh. Anyways, back to what I was doing before I got distracted. Yeah, front tire says Sears. All right, so the plan is that you can't see if this engine is locked or not locked. Well, I'm hoping the alternator will be able to turn it. She's lock. Yeah, she's lock. It was a shot. All right, guys, I threw my borescope into or down these cylinder holes the best I can see. Number 3 looks like it's the worst. I actually can see rust deposits in there. So what I'm gonna do is, it is still holding, all 4 cylinders are holding the marble. As best as they can anyway. But they're all holding the marble. What I'm gonna do is I'm applying heat to the cylinder now. Hopefully, maybe I'm gonna be able to loosen it up. I'll go through it all, go through all of them. But what I'm thinking is, it looks like number 3 right now, or number 4, excuse me, is the worst of them. All the other ones look fine, but it's definitely something on this side somehow got moisture in it. But the valves are, like I said, the valves are free, so that's good. It's just, for some reason, it's locked up. And the bad thing about, like, Volkswagen engines, obviously you can't, fill the cylinders up all the way, just because of their architecture. I'm currently watching the same amount of play as I had in this pulley when I was pushing it. All right, and all, I don't know, quasi-ness or scientificness, the dots on this generator, they're, well, on the top. This engine's rotating. Like I said, I'm looking at timing marks here. This engine is rotating here. I don't get as much clearance over there. But you might be able to see it more clearly that white mark is actually moving. All right, car's on the ground, in gear, broke my receiver. What else is new? Hold on. Maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't. I'm just gonna give it the old push rock, see if this thing will come loose. Or I'm really watching that pulley. Well, piston cylinders, all that stuff, it's on order, so that's a good thing. That works pretty good. Piston cylinders, they're all on order. What might come loose before then, but like I said, I can see rotation. I'm banking on it's not locked up on the crank or the rotational insides. The cylinders are what I'm thinking is cooked. So we'll find that out whenever we get those pistons in. Hopefully they'll be in later this week. So far, the will it run is turning into no. But it will. I'll be back. All right, guys, we're gonna pull this engine. Sorry for the background noise. Been a couple days. It's still locked up, and now it's cold. So, delightful. Any who's and ways and hows and who's. Straightforward. It's like doing, pretty much anything else. Me not being prepared for anything. battery's discoed already. So I got 8s on the gen. We'll pull these wires off. Doing this is like doing a Beetle, or, well, any Volkswagen. Only difference being you got these two 13s up front to hold the snout of the engine. This isn't like the later models, Type 3 that I did. Oh yeah, we've already had an engine out. This actually has a transmission support on her. So it's like a Beetle, a Gia, early bus, so on and so forth. Off, put this back on so I don't lose it. Well, I have this throttle cable we can pull. Loosen you, pull you out. Let's lose this guy. That'd be perfect. Those wires go away. Oil pressure sender unit. That gets unplugged, and 12-volt in gets unplugged. Obviously the carbs are already off of this engine. Yeah, there's the harness. Let's see, what else? 213s, I'll save them for last. Fuel line will get discode from the underside. Let's get those 17s off, I hope. One. Let me just take these carbs off so I don't completely, F anything up. Yeah, I know, very small, bits and pieces on the engine as far as what has been done, so on and so forth. Or has been attempted to be done. I'm not going to be able to put this on here, am I? Oh, I got new things. Because I am addicted to tools, because I have no self-control when I see stuff. Yes. Slim profile. Crap. All right, I'm not giving up. Slim profile. Ooh, I even got it the right way. Because I'm committed to using a freaking ratchet. There we go. So committed, I almost got it stuck. Oh, yeah, let's just drop everything. Good job. That. Send the nut. Boink. All right. Those are out. That's good. Throttle cable's discoed. All right, let's get these guys off. Got a little bit of my jersey popping out. Delightful. Those are barely tight. That's good. Helps me out. Snout mount. I have to remember where this hardware goes. That's off. And yeah, now she's floating. Stay, shims. Crap, drop one. Yeah, a little snout mount. I thought I dropped one. Oh, it's on the ground. I think the red Type 3 I work on is missing that. I've never had that engine out. But I do remember seeing just that bar for some reason. It's either on that one or another one. I don't know. I can't really pay attention. All right. This engine is now loose from up here. And the harness is in good condition. It's just got an itch in my ear. Harness is in good condition. It's just old and brittle and lots of memory left in her. Which is fine. Some of us can't keep our memory all the time. That's it. All right. Get this up. Let me get my stand and we'll take out those two bottom 13s, Cisco fuel line, and hopefully just poop this engine out. We'll be right back. All right, car's up. I cracked the drain plug loose. I want to see what comes out of this thing. Trying to get a light on it so that we all can see. Right in the face. Not the face. All right. Oh, that does not look good. Alrighty. Crankcase definitely has water in it. But it's still oil, so that's good. Alright, was not really anticipating that. I don't know what the hell I was anticipating, but not gray sludge of delightfulness. Alright, engine. Wow, there's a lot of buildup back here. Did talk to the owner. He said he can't remember, and the guy who had this car wouldn't remember probably if this engine ever was rebuilt or exchanged. As far as he knows, it's the original engine to the car as he's known it. He's known this car for a while, from my understanding. So, there's that. I really gotta try to get through those bolts. Well, that's more oil. Spring clamp, and that guy. Yeah, let's walk right into the oil. That's good. And it still has the insulation blanket on it, which is kind of weird, wild. I'll show you whenever I get under or get the engine out. Usually by now they're an exposed tube. My bad, hopefully we're recording. But that bellow, I don't know how to hold everything together. right here, this bellow. Well, it's Wi-Fi right now. So, yeah, you can probably see it like that. Yeah, it's not connected. So I'm hoping that's how the water got in. It didn't like rain down through the carburetors or anything like that. Which, for that to happen, you know, obviously the engine covers would have to be open, so on and so forth, yada yada, yakety schmackety. But that said, I still got to take the dipstick out. But I don't have to disconnect the bellow. All right, one nut, two nut for the engine. I did put the drain pluggy thingy back in. Those were all technical terms. Only thing left is pull that throttle cable back through and disconnect the fuel line. These guys. Ow! That was my head. Throttle cable, and fuel line. How are you? You're just down there. I like the run. Nice copper. Flathead. Phillips. A driver of the screw variety and flavor. We'll try this. I don't have a number 2. I'm going to need a number 2. Nope, I don't even need anything. Oh, and there's fuel in here. Oh, didn't see that coming. I really should plug that. Yeah, it's super yellow. Hold please, let me get a cup. I will. Good news is this time I know where all my blocks are because it's still from, I think, what was the last engine we pulled? Thing? Still set up from that because I do an amazing job at cleaning. We know that's not true. I'm not gonna lie, it is a pain in the butt to keep the shop clean. You know, clean when you're done working, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's hard when you got 50,000, 50,000 projects going at the same time. And you have a ridiculous amount of ADD. There's my screwdrivers. I don't know what I'm dragging. All right. Engine. I don't need that one. I need this one and this one. File the screwdriver over there. Boop, 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 doo. I think we're ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Or whatever that sponge under the sea says. Oh, screwdriver. And dipstick. You know, bad thing is I just put in a big parts order. Obviously pistons, ordered a new, I really should have ordered one of those. I completely brain farted that it had it. Ordered a new bellow for the air intake for the fan because, well, I shredded that when I was trying to get my crank on it. So we're going to replace that. I screwed up, so we're eating the cost. But yeah, you know, all the normal accoutrements that go with, you know, engines. Well, when I take engines out, unless it's been like running within the last, you know, I don't know, few years. I'm hoping I don't have to pull the exhaust because I know that's going to be fun in itself. Good news, the bottom shields are out already, or the bolts or screws for the bottom shields are out for the exhaust. Tailpipe might have to leave the chat, not sure. I've had some that don't, some that do. There should be enough movement. This is bent out already, so I'm wondering if someone did have this engine out before. I don't know. Let's try it. I can't really go off the other Type 3 just because the other Type 3 was completely different. Ugh. Now we get to play the is it going to cooperate game. Maybe. What are we rubbing up here? Oh, that's just the... Let's just get rid of the rest of that. It's not like it's doing anything. Yeah. Clear, clear. Yeah, hopefully. It's a coming. Feels like I'm hung up on something on this side though. I am. It's the exhaust. Not the exhaust. The well, kind of the exhaust. The fresh air tube. Just needs a little encouragement. Strap is loose, but it's not. You know, it didn't get the message. That I wasn't going to live on this anymore. There we go. Double check the other side. Yeah, I had tension on this side. Yeah, it's still attached. Let's take that off. Let's just pop that before. Wait, oh no, that isn't. It is not attached. Okay, call me a liar. Out. Are we clear? Why do I put the flashlight down? That should be as clear as it's gonna get. Nice. Bent the shoot out of that fuel line. No, I didn't say it again. I don't think I've said shit once. No, I don't think I've said that once yet. Yeah, it's just a copper fuel line. No big deal. Oh boy. I said no big deal. Let's not make yourself into a big deal. You go back. All right, well, she's out. You gonna clear? Just drop it. Not me. Someone left a wrench up here. Chrome vanadium. It's definitely not mine. Is that not a D-bolt anymore? I'm just curious at this point. That's why that was up there? Yeah. We'll weld a little tab. This is a, I don't know, standard bolt. I'll weld a tab so it'll capture. I'll make a capture bolt for it. So we don't have to use the chrome vanadium. Or hell, I'll just weld that to this. Might be easier. Trans looks good. That sounds better. Just put that there. Yeah, everything in here looks fine. I mean, I can't really see stuff. Some acorns. But yeah, the bellow and then that. I have to order this now. All right. Whew. Engine is out. Went. What was I doing? I was lowering the car and then I got distracted because, again, ADD. It's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm moaning about it. Escalations with all this stuff. It's really spilling over. we got that going. We got the body shop running, kind of, sort of. But yeah, all this stuff is pretty unobtainium. So let's not lose it like these return springs, which conveniently return themselves to the wires. Put these on or in the carbs so I don't lose them. All right, I guess the next step would be starting to strip this thing down. Well, I got to unrack that, but yeah. Oh, man. I know none of this rubber is going to cooperate. That's the bad thing. Oh, you can't see me. That's good. Yeah, I know like none of this rubber is going to cooperate. I'm actually going to soak it in. I'm actually going to soak it in penetrant right now. Maybe give me a fighting chance. In tearing this thing down. Yeah, we'll take a better tour on this in a bit. I can tell you this is going to go well. I do have a new belt coming for this. That's a good thing. VW clutch, still original. What else? Yeah, not sure. Anyway, I'm going to let this marinade. And we'll start stripping this thing down. Pistons and cylinders should be in tomorrow. Again, I'm crap shooting that it is. I'm hoping it's this side, cylinder 3 and 4. That's locked up. I'm thinking 4 is locked up and it's locking everything up. Not really sure, but that's kind of just by probing stuff in there. That's kind of where my 6th or 7th. Do I have a clutch alignment tool? Yes, this is one. This is Volkswagen, right? Yes. Because my clutch kit does not have one coming. But yeah, nothing in here. And I feel I can physically, here, if you didn't, I'll spin this around again. This fuel line's going to be the death of me. Yeah, we're going to have to do a bunch of housekeeping. But if you can really see, I try to show with the belt movement, but there is slight movement on the crank. So that correlates with the front, and that front pulley's moving. So I'm hoping it's just a piston that's stuck. Well, I mean, no chance like the present. I'm going to replace this stuff anyway. Let's get a long extension and hit him. I do not recommend this, by the way. And my flashlight. You know, I had like 70 always charging, and now I don't know where any of them are. I know where a few of them are. Did I leave the other one under the car? Oh, this is going well. There it is. Let's see. Spark plugs TDC up there. Still hardly any Marvel in that one. Still a bunch of Marvel in this one. Yeah, I said whenever I pull this engine, I'm going to have a bunch of this. Yeah, 4 is still just brimmed. All right, no time like the present. Stupid copper line. I'm gonna replace that with something else. Just for the record, I do not have a plan. Let's see, I need a 36, 32. I will smack them first. Maybe the harmonics will do something. I don't know, I'm making shit up. Nope. I see in the hole and see if I... Oh, shoot. I see in the hole and see if I can see a piston. This is going to be a stretch. That one looks like it moved. I am not going to see back there. I will not see back there. I'm honestly surprised this thing's holding Marvel. I can't even see the piston back there. I think this side is moving. Number one definitely looks like it is. But it's hard to freaking tell. I don't know. Wishful thinking on my part, I guess. All right. Let me do a memory card and some battery change and maybe pick this up in part 2 for the teardown. I guess to answer the question, will it run? No. Not yet, anyway. All right, yeah. Well, I think I might cap this episode off and start a part 2. Just because this is going to go a little long. There's a flat. There's a Phillips. Yeah, so stay tuned. Let me close this thing out professionally like I normally do. But yeah, we'll pick this up in part 2. We'll do the engine teardown and all that stuff. But engine out, success. Engine running, not success. Can't win them all. Sucks though, because I like winning. Watch this channel enough, you might know I take a lot of stuff personally. This is one of them. All right, yeah, pistons, so on and so forth. Everything should be in tomorrow, so we'll strip this thing down. I might do a little off-camera work. I'm not sure, or just record. I got to dump this memory card. But yeah, let me close this one out. I think we're at a good segue point. Engine's out. Diagnostic of terrible is in, and hopefully next episode we'll tear this thing down and get it running. Still need a bunch of other parts. I'm just capping this episode because I think it might be a little long, maybe whatever. I'm trying to keep a smaller format for the most part. Or stages, gradual, if you will. Parts are in. Pistons, cylinders, accoutrements, pushrod tubes, seal kit, yada yada. I'm going to roll right into starting tearing this down for part 2 of this grandiose plan of mine. We'll know immediately if I screwed up and it's going to need more work, or if it just needs top end as far as, pistons and cylinders. I'm hoping it's locked up, like I said, on the rings, and I just can't get it free. Because if that's not the problem, we got more problems. But anyway, if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Now I get to tear this thing down. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.